Hello everyone and welcome back to another Minecraft update video. It is Snapshot 21w40a, and in this one we have changes to ore distribution, the world generation, and big changes to mob spawning as well. There's also no sign of the deep dark biome, and according to the website it looks like they are focusing on performance at the moment. There is a link to a survey here if you want to give them feedback on how the game performs for you. And if my voice sounds different, it's because I've been sick, I've been under the weather, I've had a sore throat, and I am still recovering. So the first thing we're going to cover is ore generation, and I am currently just flicking between the two images so you can pick up on the differences here. This one is the newest, and notice how it says still not final, but almost. Probably a hint that we're slowly getting there. Now it's when we zoom in that we start to see these changes. At the very bottom of the world there is now more gold to be found. You may also notice the amount of diamond ore you can find down here has been increased. That is signified by the shape of this triangle. There is more of it to be found at the bottom now. There are a couple of noticeable changes here, but if we focus on the copper at the left, you'll notice this triangle is bigger. That means you'll find more in the middle of where it generates, and now it generates higher and lower in the world as well. And then for the last one, we're just going to zoom back out again. You can see that emerald and iron ore, the types that are generating from the top of the world down, they have been increased. So emeralds now reach all the way down into the -0 range of the world, and iron ore goes a little bit lower as well. And here is a little written summary of everything I just pointed out in case you'd like to pause the video and read. And here is a change related to ore generation and distribution. The amount that you get from copper has been changed from between 2 and 3 per drop to 2 and 5, so you'll be able to get some more copper from mining now. Now when it comes to the world generation, Mojang have provided us with a list of changes here and there. One of them is villages. They're simply going to be less frequent and more spaced out from one another inside your Minecraft world. The amount of magma blocks found in waterlogged caves underneath water has slightly been increased, so there's more opportunities for you to catch your breath when you're swimming and exploring. I also just wanted to say, I've never seen 4 diamond ore generate naturally in a row like that before. Oh, and there's... oh, goodness me. There's quite a bit of it here. Oh, and that's one of the other changes. Gravel patches, they're now going to generate below Y0. Now after flying around for a little while, I realised that this change is quite significant. The amount of dungeons generating the world has increased, but apparently more so below Y0, and after just flying around for a little while, I've spotted a few and then found a spot here where there was quite a few in one location. Yeah, there's another one here and down there as well, and so yeah, they definitely appear to be way more frequent. And having now explored this seed a little while longer, I think they've more than doubled the rates here. It doesn't take long to find one when you're flying around like this, and often you can just find a few clustered together, like we got 2 next door, and I've just spotted another one off here in the distance. I actually really like this change. I think this is a good one. It also says in the changelog that the sizes of biomes now generate much similar to the size of biomes found in 1.17. It has also been stated that lots of biome variants for similar types of terrain have simply been merged into a single biome, since the shape of biomes is now controlled by a different system. Also, I think they should add like an exception not to generate a woodland mansion out into the ocean, because this looks kind of ugly. So we weren't provided with a list, but I was able to go through all the biomes in the game and suss out that these on the screen are all of the ones that have been removed from the game. Then here we have all of our newly added biomes, which we're going to investigate. So this right here is the Stony Shore, which I'm pretty sure is just renamed from Stone Shore. Then we have Jagged Peaks and Frozen Peaks, which I think are Snow-Capped and Lofty Peaks renamed because those two were removed and it seems to be replaced by these names. Then we have these old growth biomes, which I thought might be something to do with transitioning from old worlds, but this is one of those biomes right here. Maybe it's a placeholder name, bit of a strange one, but there you go. They actually generate in 1.18 worlds. And then this is apparently the wooded badlands biome, which I think is just an amalgamation of a few others that they removed. This leaves us with a new biome called Sparse Jungle, and as you can see here, it's definitely like a jungle, just spaced out, hence the name sparse. So this right here I think you could actually classify as a new biome for 1.18. Then we have 4 other brand new biomes, which I think are actually just renamed ones, but it's windswept forest. That's what this one right here is known as. Then we have the windswept gravelly hills and windswept hills, which are right next door to each other. And then we have the windswept savanna, which I'm pretty sure is just renamed from the shattered savanna. This is pretty much the same type of biome right here. And I got to say, I think it would be really nice if Mojang could leave some notes with us in the future to tell us exactly what's going on with these changes, because some of them feel like there might be new biomes, and some of them are clearly renamed. So before we move on to the next bit, I wanted to remind you that on October the 16th, Minecraft Live is happening. And today Mojang released a teaser video where they confirmed we're going to learn about 1.19, we're going to learn about another Minecraft Dungeons update, and there will be another mob vote where we get to choose what mob will be added to the game. And as always, I will be covering it all with a video here on my channel, so if you haven't done so already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and catch the update. So now on to the tweaks and changes. Inside of the stone cutter you can convert a block of copper into cut copper. The difference here is that you'll now get 4 blocks for every 1 block of copper. It has also been stated that there are optimizations for the AI of various mobs, including the axolotl, the goat, the hoglin, the zoglin, the piglin brute, and the villager. So these optimizations in AI often lead to changes in behavior that we learn about later on, and since I don't have access to the code or no clearer details are provided, I don't know exactly what has changed as of right now. So it says that bedrock layers generate dependent on the world seed now. It used to be that in the Nether all of the bedrock would generate the same in every single world, and that actually got changed at some point. So I'm guessing this refers to the overworld, as I'm pretty sure the Nether has been fixed for some time. Now there were a couple of changes in last week's snapshot that I missed that were worth mentioning. A change was made to these cave vines so that they'll never be able to grow more than 8 blocks down from where they originally generate. That doesn't mean they can go as far as 8 each and every time, but the maximum is 8 to stop caves like this from fully growing all the way down to the bottom. And if you've been playing multiplayer like me and thinking that you're going mad when you type a message in chat to your friends and then the world stutters for a moment, that was actually a bug in the game and it's now been fixed. So now let's move on to the changes with mob spawning. This is going to be quite significant as it'll change the types of farms that you can build and where you're going to be building them. So first off, we have the axolotl, which will only be able to spawn in water with clay below it, and that is inside of the Lush Caves biome. So these are actually the natural spots that are going to generate right here. Of course, this means that you can come to the Lush Caves, you can then set up your own farm with clay and water. The bigger issue here though is going to be the perimeter around the player where you AFK, as you'll probably need to do the hard work and go and suss out all the other spots where water and clay are. But the good thing here is that using sponges will probably make light work of this, as the water is in small little pockets. Mojang also didn't specify how much water you could have above the clay, so that's going to be an important number for when we start to design some farms for this. The next change relates to the glow squid, which now only spawn under Y30. I am currently flying around at Y30, so it's here and below in the world that you will find the glow squids spawning in water. Now I'm going to guess the previous rules about stone being directly needed below them is probably void. Those were like temporary measures between 1.17 and 1.18. Now when it comes to cod, salmon, pufferfish, tropical fish, squid and dolphins, these are only going to spawn between Y50 and Y64. And the change there is fairly obvious. It's to keep all of them at the ocean level and keep them as ocean creatures, I guess. There is one exception here. Tropical fish will be able to spawn in the Lush Caves biome at any height. So when you go exploring in the Lush Caves, you'll find these here, which I think is quite fitting. Now in the last snapshot, there were changes to dripstone caves and mob spawning, allowing drowns to spawn here inside of water in dripstone caves, and removing the ability for the zombies to spawn. That last one has been changed. Zombies will be able to spawn again inside of dripstone caves. And if these stony peaks that I've just teleported to look a little bit barren and lifeless, it's because goats are no longer able to spawn in this particular biome. And as you might be able to hear, my voice is starting to give out a fair bit, so we're going to have to wrap it up right here. If you've enjoyed it, leave a like. Thanks as always for the support. And, I'll see you soon, hopefully with a nice healed voice again. Anyway, that's it. Thanks. Bye-bye.